Hey, I don't want to catch your attention by an interesting and exciting intro, nor is this a well-written and entertaining essay about video games. This is a written diary of a lost individual looking for something to latch onto in the form of a gaming video. It will be related to gaming, because I am what you call a nerd, though I even feel severe imposter syndrome calling myself even that. Secondly, my English might be lacking, and grammatical errors might be frequent, for English is not my first language, and I don't want to pretend that it is anyways. And lastly, this video is not going to be filled with jokes, memes, and well-edited clips and anything like that. I'm too overworked to do that, and frankly I'm tired of entertainment. I'm sure some of you might be too. So, if you're still here, let's start the journey. To where? I yet don't seem to know. I liked playing video games. I was never quite the outcast. Had my fair share of friends and had quite a bit of social interactions. I'm mentioning that because the only place that I felt not lonely was while I was playing games by myself, even though I had interactions. Of course, I'm guessing that. I never could know why exactly I fell in love with video games. I just did. Maybe it was the first art form I felt I could relate to, and started my way from there. Maybe expressing myself was the shiny object that the crow inside of me desperately sought, or maybe it was simply the best way to drown out the noises of my thoughts, if there were any noises. Don't really know. I've blocked most of those memories. But the comfort of playing video games became an ability. It became a characteristic trait for which friendships were made. I wasn't shy. I never was. I just didn't really know how to do it. People don't want to talk to me. What do I have to offer? Well, maybe talk about that feeling another time. But to make it short, I've become the video game kid. Whoever wanted to know about games, they know where to find me. Want to borrow games? Well, I don't have a console or PC yet, because I don't have the money for it. My family doesn't have the money, but I do have the cracked copies of many video games, because I like looking at the back of them, looking at the pictures and imagining how they would be, how playing them would feel. So, come to me. I haven't played them, of course, but I have read enough gaming magazines to know a lot about them. And friends were made, actually. We talked and talked about video games. I remember one of my friends telling me in middle school, "Hey, I feel like we just talk about video games. Let's talk about other stuff." Other stuff? What other stuff? What do you mean? I'm the video game kid. I read magazines about video games, Harry Potter, I wrestle, forced by my father, and I play video games. Of course, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of these. I thought nothing of it, supposedly. You should see this text that I'm writing now. It's filled with dictation failures, yet no one cares. Certainly not me. Anyways, time has passed. Traumatic events happened one after another, and university time has arrived. I still play games, Minecraft mostly, while listening to the teachers talking in online classes. COVID time, you know? I started to feel that connection with video games fading away slowly, but they helped me with my lack of attention, maybe, with my ADHD, because I found out that playing games helped me with focusing on the voices of people talking to me. But soon, something happened. I moved away from my mother to a city miles and miles away from anyone I knew and any friends that I once had, with a relationship in shambles and responsibilities feeling heavier than ever on my shoulders. It was always a dream of mine to be able to play the latest video games. Never wanted to have sex as much as I wanted a PS3 or 4 and later a powerful PC. And finally, I've recently bought one, a fairly powerful one at that. But something was lost in me, I felt. The dream didn't match the need. That's why I no longer know why I liked video games. Soon, I needed money, more and more each day, and started working at a company working on microtransactions. And soon enough, they've sent me to the studio that they had back there to make podcasts because they liked my voice, maybe, and I had some knowledge about video games and video editing and voice editing or something like that. Podcasts about video games. Can you believe it? Little me? Could you imagine that? Maybe not. Maybe not this soon. But well, you couldn't imagine many things, I would guess. So, recently, I've been promoted again to be the content creation manager, meaning I make and direct fun, scary, and informing videos and podcasts about video games. My. If you told me as a child, me from 1 year before even, what I would become so quickly, well, maybe he wouldn't give a shit. Maybe he would say, "Do you have a lot of friends? Do people like you? People actually feel you aren't worthless?" Well, little one, my answer to those might be too complicated for you now. Then the little one would ask, "Do you play more video games at least now that your job is about games?" Well, little one, no, I actually don't play games anymore. I've become the workaholic depression guy as of late, the angry guy that looks nice from afar. People have told me. I tried, felt nostalgic for playing games, and tried a bunch of times actually. Hogwarts Legacy, God of War, Uncharted 4, and many other games, and I couldn't play any of them, even a little bit, except for Doom. That game was amazing. But come to think of it, I've played Eternal 2 years ago. Wow, time flies. And it's not about games becoming worse. It's not about becoming older either. Most of my friends are depressed now. Even my old friends that I still have in my life. They are depressed. Many of them are addicts, workaholics, alcoholics. They don't play games anymore. They don't have the money to play games. They don't have the actual feeling of playing games anymore. They're lost in relationships and being cheated on, and games are just gone. And we all share this nostalgia for games. And whenever we talk to each other, we talk about video games sometimes, amongst the talking about relationships and being fucked over by people and being alone and the depression. We talk about that a lot. And sometimes we say, "Hey, I miss the time that we just used to play games." Although we weren't okay then, I heard my friend being called extremely abusive things, shouted at by his father over the Discord session that we had while playing The Forest a few years back. And it was horrifying actually. It reminded me of many things in my own life. And we weren't having fun then. It was never fun, as I remember. But we are nostalgic for that. And yeah. I seem to seek people that I can understand again. I don't like parties. I don't enjoy sex that much, actually. Don't even like hanging out with friends anymore. Just call me when you need somebody to be there, when you're on the verge of destruction. Come to me when you want to feel better. Come to me when no one seems to understand. For I am the depression guy. Hello. And I still write about games. I still do the things. I still indulge in nostalgia. And I'm trying to get better. I don't have time for therapy. And I don't have the money. Because therapy in my country is for the rich. And I just have to survive. And day by day I feel the imposter syndrome creeping inside of me. Just telling me, hey, you work on video games but you don't play games. You don't like games. You don't enjoy games anymore. I do enjoy watching videos about, I don't know, retro games because it feels nostalgic, but I'm stuck in the past. Is that depression? Being stuck in the past? Or being stuck in the future and not seeing the now? I don't know. Maybe it's seeing the now as dark and unsatisfying and unholy. Seeing the future as something that will never come. And when it comes, it becomes now, the dark and unsatisfying thing. And the past as something that is always fleeing and will never come back. And as the place, although dark and dirty, it was better than now. The better future would never come. And so yeah, video games. I want to play them. I want to play more video games. As soon as a new video game comes out and everybody is excited for it, I am too. I want to see if that game would actually make me excited again about something. Some fucking thing. And yet it doesn't. Nothing does. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. You don't either. And it's okay. Just play the games if you enjoy them. And if you don't, come with me. Let's start a journey. How about that? Let's find ourselves. Let's write a diary. And I don't know if anybody's hearing this. If you are, I hope this doesn't destroy your mood in any way. But if it's of any use, I'd be happy. It's just a diary about a nerd whose world is finding something to relate to others. But yeah, now depression is all I have. So, see you again later. Maybe. Bye for now.